She's got great chat.
I was coming back here to tell you I loved you.
I licked her tit or whatever.
You know, you've got quicksand. It's like the equivalent, it's made out of dicks.
It's banter. I'm a mommy.
Mommy?
I'm a mom.
Mamacita.
Mommy.
Like a mom of what? A dog?
Are you joking? You are a liar, actress. So it's crazy.
First things first, banning gherkins and all McDonald's burgers. And if you still are eating those gherkins, grow up, because they're minging.
Hello and welcome to She's Got the Chat. I am Maura.
And I am Ari.
All right, I apologize ahead of time. A little low energy today, but I am chugging a D-Coke to help.
Yeah. Good good for everyone that we're both. Maybe it'll be a short episode.
We'll see. We got a lot to get through. I was going to say the saga of why I'm so fucking tired is that BG&E, our local gas and electric company, decided at 3 a.m. to start doing work in front of my home.
Oh, I'm very familiar with PG&E. My brother was in a lawsuit with them because they are like the reason that there are all these fires. This was years ago, but he owns property and there was a cabin is the word I'm looking for on it, and it burned down and like a bunch of shit burned down.
Oh shit.
And so not surprised to hear they obviously fucking suck.
Is this P? Are you saying P?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying B as in boy.
Oh. Well, sounds like they all suck.
I assume it's basically the same thing. It's a gas and electric company.
Yes.
Yeah. Rough. Why are you so tired today?
Transparently, I'm a fucking idiot, and I had issues with like getting my prescription, and then there's always like this big miscommunication between my psychiatrist and CVS, and I did a thing that you should never do, that we as mental health professionals know you should never do and would never recommend, and this is confirmation that you should never do it, which is I like just cold turkey stopped taking my Zoloft.
Oh shit.
And I've been like, when I say tired, maybe the word is depressed.
Depressed.
Because I don't have enough serotonin in my brain.
Gotcha.
So never do that. Do not recommend. Would be very concerned if anyone told me they did that. So would not recommend. Definitely, if you ever want to go off of medication, talk to your provider about that and come up with a plan. I am on it again as of this morning. I've been like low-key in a mental health crisis.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Hopefully this can be a little serotonin hit for you.
Yeah, I mean, we do get to talk about both about movie night and the heart rate challenge, which is we usually don't get to hit both of those in one episode. Also, Gabe and I picked up our marriage license this morning, and the woman we walked out and I went, that woman doesn't need an SSRI, which like is so problematic of me because who knows who needs what. But she was like a little serotonin boost in and of herself. She was so cute, and like
that is cute.
It was a great experience, except that she told me about this reggaeton artist that I didn't know, and I said, oh well, it sucks for Gabe because he told me on the way here no Bad Bunny in the car, but now he's going to have to listen to reggaeton on the way back. And she went, Bad Bunny, ugh.
A Bad Bunny hater?
I almost was like, and she's from the DR. I'm like, wow. Anyway, I almost was like, I need someone else to sign our marriage license. But other than that, she was great.
Wait, so she signed your guys' marriage license?
Not as like our witness, but as like we picked it up from her at the Denver Clerk and Recorder. And so, yeah, she had to sign it. But then we could have like, I think, signed it there and given it back. But we're going to have my stepmom, who's our officiant, sign it for us in like 1 week. They're in town in 1 week.
Wow. So you'll be officially married, technically.
Yeah, because we don't want to actually, like, the process to be like legally married in Mexico is really
difficult.
Uninteresting to me. So yes, we will be legally married before the wedding. Yeah. Sorry to break it to everyone.
I was going to ask you about that because I was like, when I got married, we had to get a marriage certificate from the county in which we were getting married, which was not Baltimore City, it was Baltimore County.
Yeah.
Because the church that we got married in was like literally just over the Baltimore City line. So it was so silly. I had to like drive to Towson to get it, whatever.
It's actually pretty chill here. I saw like you have to be there for 2 weeks and get a blood test, and then I immediately was like, like didn't even look further into like actually getting legally married in Mexico.
Yeah.
But so then I was just like, okay, we'll like sign it before we go down there. You can do it. Like I could have gone and gotten a marriage license from any county. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really matter. She definitely didn't tell us that we have to sign it in Denver County, but that is our plan. But I did find out, fun fact, that you know how they ask you, are you related?
I think so. It's hard to remember.
Well, apparently you're allowed to get married if you are first cousins, but if you're any closer than that, you're not. Because I was like, do people ever say yes to that question? And she was like, yes, all the time. First cousins is okay, but
first
like siblings is
very
not
close.
Okay. I know.
That's disgusting.
Well, okay, sorry.
The closest you could get is a sibling or like a fucking uncle.
I know.
Aunt.
I should have asked for more clarification about uncle or aunt. No, I know. I want to apologize to any of our listeners who are married to their first cousins, but that's giving incest.
I hope we don't have any listeners who are married to their first cousin.
Mara, it's legal.
Oh my God. If we have any listeners who are married to their first cousin, I want you to speak up because I've got questions.
Why are they going to speak up now after you just
that's fascinating
shat
to me.
on them?
Wow.
It's actually like I will say it's very common in some cultures. So
yes, and I know that certainly happened many years ago in Great Britain, the place in which we're about to endeavor into.
Well, we're about to endeavor into South Africa. Yeah.
Yes.
So that happened. She said that Bad Bunny sounds constipated. And then we got our marriage license. And then we got a little coffee.
She didn't just dislike Bad Bunny.
She didn't just
on
go,
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. It was really upsetting. She left and Gabe went, are you heartbroken?
Like, yes, I am actually.
Yeah. And then I told my friends because we were like truly in a Bad Bunny psychosis when I was with them last weekend.
Yeah.
And they were like, how do you know? Like, did she disapprove of your name change to Ariana Bunny?
That's great. Are you changing your name? I feel like we talked about this. I don't remember.
I will not be legally changing my name, but I will socially go by Ariana Machado, which I'm realizing is like I already feel like in my life I have to come out as white more often than is normal due to my general ethnic ambiguity and being named Ariana and speaking Spanish.
Sure.
So Ariana Machado, I'm just like, wow, it almost feels like cultural appropriation.
I'm sorry. Coming out as white is very funny.
It might be funny to you. It's traumatic for me. I have to do it all the fucking time.
Really?
Like
that's wild.
Yeah, because people assume, and then I'm like, I am not Latina. I'm just very Jewish, but it's very confusing for people. Ariana Machado is not going to help the problem.
Yeah, I also did think you were Latina when I met you.
Everyone does.
Yeah. People think I'm Jewish. A lot of people have thought I'm Jewish.
You give Jewish.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's the hair.
It's the hair. I think it's also a little bit my nose, you know.
That feels anti-Semitic.
Is that
feels like a hate crime.
Oh, really? I don't know. I mean, that's like a thing, though, isn't it? Is that a fucked up thing to say?
No, I won't cut it out. There's a joke that a Jewish man with a boner walks into a wall. What hits the wall first?
Oh, God. I don't like that.
Schnoz.
Damn. I mean, like,
we're allowed to be a little bit anti-Semitic on our podcast because I'm Jewish.
I'm
like so Jewish. I'm like 99.6% Ashkenazi Jew. So there's not any room for Latina in there, unfortunately.
Damn.
I wish.
Wow, that's wild. Yeah, I mean, when I was in college, one of the dorms I lived in my first and second year, I feel like I've maybe talked about this on the show before, was like a predominantly Jewish dorm because it was one of the few dorms that you could get in with like a regular key rather than a key fob because there were so many
Orthodox
Jewish people who were not using electricity on the weekends. Yes.
That's crazy.
And they all thought I was Jewish. So that really means that I look at.
What school did you go to again?
University of Maryland.
Is there a lot of Orthodox Jews in general in Maryland?
Yes, like 25% of, at least when I went to school, a quarter of the population was Jewish at Maryland.
In the state or at the university?
At the university.
Is that why they had dorms with?
I think so. Yeah.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That is so
crazy?
Interesting. I didn't know that. No, that's a crazy story. And yes, a very worthwhile thing to know about the Orthodox Jewish community. They cannot use, not all weekend, but
just Saturday. Yeah, sundown to sundown.
Yeah, Friday night to Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
No electricity.
No electricity. I know. Yeah, it was interesting. Didn't affect me. I mean, I could still use my key fob, but...
Oh, there was both.
Yes, there was both available, but it was like the door. At most dorms, you could only use a key fob to get in. There was no key.
Right. No, I understand. Yeah. But yours had both options.
Yes, exactly.
That is so fascinating. 25%. Wow.
I know, it was a lot. It was a lot of people. I mean, I dated a couple Jewish guys, liked a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them.
And what hit the wall first?
Stop. That is a fucked up thing for me to say. I apologize for that. It wasn't a joke, really, but
no, it's fine. I really don't care.
No, they were all actually. I low key do kind of hate one of them, but that's not because he's Jewish. It's because he's a bad person.
I would assume that's why.
But there was this other guy who was really hot, and yeah. And there was a brief period of time where I was like, maybe I'll convert.
Whoa, it's a real process.
Yeah, I was not actually going to do it. I was just like, curious.
Have you seen, there's this great show that Nobody Wants This?
Yeah, isn't that the one? We've talked about this with Adam Brody and
yes,
Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that show a lot.
It's so good. Have we talked about it? I forgot.
I feel like we talked about it because you texted me and told me to watch it when the second season came out. And I was like, I've already seen the first season. I'm watching the second season now.
Classic me being behind and being like, everyone needs to watch this. And everyone's like, yeah, we are.
That's great.
Logan and I were texting about the the finale period of Tell Me Lies.
Right.
And he was like, I think that partially why this was unsatisfying to you is because you binged all of it. And I was like, oh, could be that I started 2 weeks ago and now it's over.
That's true.
Yeah.
Whenever you guys start talking about that, I just like scroll and ignore.
That's fair. We were texting individually because Stacey hadn't watched it yet.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh well.
I know we've ruined it for you, but I do recommend it is.
I haven't read any of those messages.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Then you should watch it.
I know like names. I know Steven. I know Bree. I know some other person.
Wait, this is a fun game. Let's do a quick word association. Word association. What is your impression of Steven based on never seeing the show?
He sounds like a bad person.
Okay.
But I've also seen memes. Like I saw a funny meme today that was like, I guess a picture of the cast, and it was like, these are the worst people I know, but they're my people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Bree, I don't know, something about a wedding.
Lucy,
don't know.
Pippa,
I just think of Peppa Pig.
Okay.
But I don't have any actual association to the show.
Wrigley,
I don't know. Wrigley Gum.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, very, very much scrolling past those messages.
Yeah. Okay.
So
anyway, if you've seen Tell Me Lies and you are unsatisfied by the ending, just know you're not alone.
Wait, was Wrigley the one that got sexually assaulted?
Yes.
I got
Logan. I mean, yes, I'm going to say yes. Some people say no, but yes, that's what happened.
Got it. I did chime in on that one because I was like, that's just funny.
Funny, but. Logan sent, I think, something from Threads where someone was like, my ex had a similar situation. I think that's maybe what you chimed in on because it was like a personal comment. And I was like, well, that's fucked up then. Yeah. Like that. And also, why are you like believing this person is your ex? Anyway.
Right. Yep.
The reason I think you might like it is because this is something that we fought about in our group chat. It is inspired by Vanderpump Rules.
Right.
And it's similar in that truly every single person on the show, except for 2, are genuinely horrific, bad human beings. Mm-hmm. But it's somehow like very entertaining to watch.
Yeah. That's kind of like
very
girls.
Similar to VPR. No, not like Girls.
They were all, I mean, they're not these. Yeah, I agree that these people sound like dark and scary bad, whereas Girls was like they're just like not great people. Yeah, but Vanderpump is they're kind of dark and scary bad. Jax is certainly dark and scary bad.
Oh my god,
he's a lot.
Did you watch that TikTok that I sent today?
I watched like part of it. I can't
Jax?
Really stomach too much of Jax.
I know. It was just crazy. Somebody got a cameo for their 21st birthday and the entire thing was him being like, I know that I do crazy things with the show. It was just like, what does this have to do with their 21st? He was just like, likes to hear himself talk. I know I do crazy things on the show, but that's what you want. You're coming here. It's reality TV. We're here to be entertaining. If I was just everyone's best friend, you wouldn't want to watch it. And I decided to take some space, a step back from the valley this season for my own mental health. Like, okay, sure, you didn't get kicked off of the show for literally being abusive to your wife. You're right. You decided.
Yeah.
Also, can everyone stop paying Jax on Cameo?
Yeah, please don't. It's not worth it.
Don't give that man money.
I know.
Do you like my coat?
I love your coat. Is it a Nuuly?
It certainly is.
It's very cute.
I know. I got complimented on it today picking up my marriage license.
I love that.
And I said, well, I got it from Nuuly. And if you too would like to get it from Nuuly, you should go to our Instagram at She's Got the Chat, click the link in our bio, and then use code RENT1515 at checkout for $15 off your first and your second month.
Yay. It's a good deal.
Great deal. Obviously, if you are at our Instagram already, you can go ahead and follow us. And offer still open to get my reggaeton playlist. If you follow us and leave a 5-star review, you can also go ahead and follow us at She's Got the Chat on Threads, TikTok, Blue Sky, YouTube, and Facebook. And then subscribe to us on all podcast platforms. Leave us a 5-star rating. Leave us a glowing review. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Few people have gotten the playlist, have reached out to get it, and I think I've sent it to everyone. If I didn't reply to your message asking for the reggaeton playlist, please let me know. We start to get like a lot more messages, Ari, in our chat, and sometimes I do lose track of them.
I know. It's
like a fun problem to have.
TBH. I just like will hop in now and then and respond. I responded to our friend Caleb. Is that his name? Who posted the really sweet video of us. Mm-hmm. I responded to him once because I saw a message come through that was like, did you say that Curtis is UK MAGA? And I was like, yeah, we did. But like my responses are very few or far between. And like, I think everyone knows that you run the social media. So usually I'll be like, this is Ari.
Right. Yeah, I'll see it when you pop in, and I'll be like, okay, Ari's got it.
You're welcome for the assistance.
No, it's helpful, honestly. As a reminder, we're doing a new segment called Hot Take of the Week. So in order to submit your hot take, please record a 2-minute or less clip of you telling us your hot take and then go to our Discord, or you can email us at she'sgotthechat@gmail.com. You can send us that audio recording and we will play it on the show and discuss.
Okay. So today we are here to break down episodes 23 through 28 of Love Island All-Stars.
Yes.
Shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's chat. Starting with episode 23, we see Sean and Lucinda and also Sammy and Belle discuss the pie. I'm over the pie. I'm sorry.
A lot of plot lines that I was very much over by the end of this.
Yeah. Lucinda and Sean joke about the pie pressure, which is like only funny if you're not having a pie shoved in your face.
Right.
Sammy's still pissed off. Scott hopes to have more clarity by the end of the day. And Leanne cries about the situation, and she says that the matcha was a statement. She's so upset about the matcha.
Mm-hmm.
Scott asks Whitney for advice, and she says that she feels like Cher is more likely to take Scott on, and he needs somebody to do that. It is very interesting because we will also see Scott ask Whitney for advice in a later episode regarding Leanne versus Belle, and Whitney also in that moment does not really support Leanne and Scott because it's kind of pushing him in this moment towards Cher and pushing him later towards Belle.
I know. Whitney got a little messy with all of this, and Scott. I'm waiting for Leanne to find out that Whitney's been saying all of this.
I'm waiting for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Leanne tells Whitney that she might talk to Yaman and then pulls him to the secret garden, which Whitney is not thrilled about.
Yeah.
Thinks that they should have had a combo elsewhere. I low-key feel like we need to move past placing so much meaning on the location of the chat. Like, get over it. It was on the secret garden. It was on the terrace. Oh, fucking well.
Yeah. There is this implication that by going to these locations, you're going to be making out. However, there has been enough precedent set where people are not making out in these locations that it's not a guarantee whatsoever.
I agree. And also you can make out in other places. And also it doesn't feel that important to me. I did see Chloe Burrows was like, what's gotta go? Somebody asked her what's gotta go on Love Island. And she was like, don't go to the secret garden. Don't go to the terrace. Just do it in public. I've let everyone see. And I'm like, there are places that are not the secret garden or the terrace where you can be kind of hidden as well. Especially like the layout of every villa is different. I'm just over it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you.
But they chat. Yaman is very not standoffish. Like he's super sweet, but he's not giving much.
Yeah.
And he tells Whitney that it was a friendly conversation. And then we see movie night. I can't believe we're going so far back that Curtis is still here.
I know.
So the first clip is Free Millie, and it's all the Curtis stuff. And Curtis somehow then gets mad at Whitney, even though she's like, why are you bringing all this heat to me? And he's like, because I can't be mad at Millie. And it's like, well, you could be if you chose to be.
Exactly.
And also then tells Kira that, because like the clip is of him saying that Millie was in the back of his mind when he was kissing Kira, and he was like, that was so long ago. And it's like, no, it wasn't.
It's like 2 days ago. If that.
I said it was 48 hours ago tops. That was my exact note.
Yeah.
The next clip is How to Lose Leanne in 30 Days, and we see Scott and Leanne argue. He says, I feel like I've gone about it in one of the most respectful ways.
Yeah.
Which I just thought was like a really funny phrasing.
Way to put it.
And then gets pissed that she pulled Yaman into the secret garden. And I'm like, Scott, you don't have a fucking leg to stand on, my man. And even she is like, what? You want to just like get to know someone else and you want me to sit here alone crying? Like, no.
Yeah.
We then see some like Scott, and he's like, oh my God, again. But of course, this is mainly about Sean. And then it's crazy at the end of it, after we see an entire clip of basically Sean talking shit about Scott. Sean then goes in on Scott for like the end of the clip, which is Scott telling Lucinda that like, trust me, Sean is not a good guy. And I'm like, my guy, the entire clip was literally just about you talking shit about Scott.
Right. Yeah. Sean really latched onto that, and he was like, you're slagging me off to my girl. Like, okay, well, you were slagging Scott off to everyone else in the villa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We then see Legally Belle. And this is wild. So it's like Belle in Villa USA. A few things came out of this. Number one, Sean being like, you did the same thing as me, which is absolutely not true.
Right.
You fucking told Lucinda before Belle got back, I want to be with you.
Right.
And then also, Helena's reaction to this is, oh, well, obviously Carrington is not into me because he has never been as flirty with me as he was with Belle in that clip.
It was interesting. I mean, I thought Carrington was like laying it on way too thick with Belle anyway. I don't know if Helena's logic is quite sound, but it probably is.
Well, especially because then later on when she breaks it off with him and then she goes, well, now that he's not following me around the villa like a puppy, like I am into him again. I'm like, but so then you don't actually want that.
Yes. She liked him more when he wasn't chasing her, I guess.
It's giving you have issues to work out.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes sense why she was so drawn to Harry. That's all I'll say.
We'll leave it at that. This is so funny that this is your note. The next clip is jumping Jack Flash. And Tommy's like, let's see him do a hat trick. And it's just funny that your note is that Jack is trying to defend himself. And Imani is basically like, I don't care. Because my only note from this entire thing was just, I don't care.
Real.
And then we see the Sean clips. And I also wrote, I don't care.
Yeah.
This was the Sean identity. Belle calls him insecure because basically there's this moment where he's telling Lucinda that he thinks that Belle is probably in the other villa getting to know other people. And she's like, oh, I see what happened here. You thought that I was going to leave you, so you left me. Like, that speaks volumes on your character.
Yeah. She's not wrong.
She is not wrong. No. What's funny is right after this clip, Lucinda goes, I was expecting worse. And I'm like, girl. Shh.
I know.
Why would you say that?
Lucinda piped up a lot on movie night.
Oh, yes. There's more. We're about to get into it.
I know.
So we then see there's something about Sammy. And Lucinda somehow takes this as a win. After the clip, she goes, yeah, exactly, Sammy. And Kieran turns to Scott and goes, did we just watch the same thing?
I know. That actually was fascinating to watch in real time, how Lucinda like felt vindicated and like she had like the same experience that she had thought that she'd had, whereas Sammy was like, we're living in different realities. We're watching the same content and living in different realities.
I wrote us watching Traitors and Love Island season 6.
Love Island. That's so real. That's so real.
It was exactly the same thing that happened when Cher. I keep forgetting Cher's name for some reason. No. Kira was like, I did watch the tape, right? That's what happened. I watched the tape and Shaq said it, but you agreed. And Lucinda went, see, I told you I didn't say it. It's like this very like childish black and white thinking where it's like, what do you like? What?
Yeah.
You like she can't grasp complexity or nuance of a situation. She just like sees one piece of it and is like, I told you I was right. And it's like, no, nobody thinks that. But then during this fight, Sammy goes, are you okay, Sins? And Lucinda goes, that's fucking rude. And Sammy goes, everything you've done is fucking rude.
That's true.
I love Sammy.
I do too. I feel like we get to see a lot more of her like fiery side.
Yeah.
On this one. Like she's really getting in fights on this one.
She is. She's such a good combination though. She's like very fiery but also very logical.
Yeah. I agree.
Honestly inspiring.
I know. I aspire, to be her, to be like that.
Then we see Tommy Dearest. I wrote like basically word for word what happens here. So Sean is like smirking watching this clip of him fucking over Tommy.
Yeah.
I thought that was disgusting. And then Lucinda gets mad at Helena because in the clip Helena says that she doesn't think that Lucinda and Sean are real. Basically, Lucinda's entire argument with everyone is you didn't believe in me and Sean. And it's like, Lucinda, it's nobody's job to believe in you and Sean. Like, get over it. You're going to have to prove yourself.
Yeah, she really wants to die on that hill. I don't understand that at all. Like, it is no one's obligation to support her and him.
No. And then Sean says everyone's just got to accept it and move on. And then Lucinda starts laughing.
Yeah.
And then the girls start fighting and completely take the situation over, which is a bummer because like poor Tommy is just like never getting his moment to like feel hurt and heard. Belle says that they are a match made in hell. And then Leanne and Whitney start fighting. And then Lucinda says, I just don't like angry people. Bad vibes. Like, get me out of here. And I wrote, you are free to go.
Yeah, you're free to go. She's also like, I've left the chat.
No, you haven't.
What? No, she hasn't. Yeah. But I thought that line was, to be fair, pretty funny. I did laugh when she said it.
I just can't stand her. That's my, the last clip is Lucinda's web, and I wrote no notes. I just can't stand her.
Yeah. Yeah. So in Lucinda's web, we see clips of Lucinda. The girls begin to argue again afterward, and Lucinda thinks that all the girls are just talking shit about her. And then Sammy and Lucinda continue to argue about why Lucinda pied her. It goes on and on and on. But then we see Maya Jama enter, which moves us into episode 25.
We're skipping 24 because it's unseen bits.
Yes, 24 is unseen bits. So all the Islanders sit around the fire pit, and Maya Jama lets them know that the public have been voting for their favorite couple, and those with the fewest votes are at risk of being dumped. The 4 couples with the fewest votes are Amani and Connor, Kira and Curtis, Lucinda and Sean, and Cher and Scott. And I thought of you, Ari. I was like, oh, here's the moment that Ari was waiting for.
It's crazy to me that the bottom is every single American girl. Plus
I know.
Lucinda and Sean.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense.
Does it? I'm like, why does the UK public like Yaman, Carrington, and Zach more than Kira, Cher, and Imani?
Not a lot for the girls to work with as far as the guys that they're coupled with.
Yeah, true. Such a good point. Like Yaman gets Whitney, Zach gets Millie. It's obviously, I know that
Carrington has Helena. I mean, she's got a better personality. Kind of.
Can I say?
You like Helena?
No, she does. I like Helena. I like Helena. I think I fucking hate Meg. I think that Meg was a bad influence. And I think that Helena is actually, I really enjoy her.
Yeah. She's much more palatable on this show.
I die when Harrison gets here. She has some of the funniest lines of the entire season.
I hope you wrote them down. I don't think I did.
I did.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I'm bummed that Lucinda and Sean didn't leave. I'm not that surprised, but I was hoping that this would maybe give them a taste of like reality. Seems to have not.
Yeah.
Seems to have impacted them not at all.
Correct. They're like, oh, well, la 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 la, whatever. Back to Candyland we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the 2 couples that are dumped are Amani and Connor and Kira and Curtis. We're led to believe that the public has dumped them. So
2 comments.
Yes.
Regarding Curtis. Curtis hugs Zach goodbye. And all we at least hear him say to him, no context, is just, Mills is an amazing girl.
Ew. Like, you're not her fucking dad.
I know.
To be like handed off.
Zach knows that you fucking think that.
Right. Right.
And then in the exit interview that they have with Maya, Curtis was being so fucking disgusting. He was basically just like talking the whole time about how him and Kira are gonna go fuck, and it felt very unconsensual. Yeah. He was like, yeah, she like seems innocent, but she's naughty.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
It gave me the fucking ick, and Kira seemed really uncomfortable, and I fucking hate him. And I saw that he now for some reason like has a beef with Messy Mitch.
Yeah. He also put something out on social media about how like none of the girls in the villa were like doing it for him or something like that. And Kira commented back saying like, LOL, ouch. Like, wow.
After you just like sexualized her and made her extremely uncomfortable.
Yep.
Now you're like, none of them are doing it for me. What about Millie? I fucking hate him. Can we all agree that he will never be on the show again? He is canceled.
I'd love for him to fade into the night.
Amy Hart interviewed him, which because she has her Love Island podcast and the Love Island podcast, the official one. And she was like, why were you like so emotional this time?
That's
and
funny.
he was like, well, I just feel like I'm in a place in my life where like I really have my shit together for the first time. And like I'm really ready for someone. And it's like, Curtis, that doesn't mean that anyone owes you that they're going to be with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Please don't let this man back on the show ever again.
I feel like if he ever came out as like fully gay, he would be like Love Island's version of Colton.
I was going to say he would be Colton. Literally, he would be like, I have something to say. And everyone would be like, oh, are you going to apologize for your behavior? And he'd be like,
No.
I'm gay.
I'm gay.
Coming out. Curtis. Oh my God, Netflix. Get on
I know.
that.
No, literally, he would be like, no, I am now a part of an oppressed community. You're not allowed to hold me accountable for any of my wrongs.
No, literally.
Yeah. God damn it. Okay. So Lucinda then complains to Sean that she wasn't able to properly voice how she feels. That's because you exited the chat. Anyway, Belle says that she's upset to see those clips because of the lies that Sean told. And Sammy and Belle feel that Lucinda lacks empathy, which is funny. That's exactly what we said about Lucinda.
It's almost like she does.
Yeah, it's almost like she does. Whitney then complains to Yaman and Cher about Leanne trying to get to know Yaman. And then we see Scott and Leanne argue about movie night. Leanne feels that she's guessing about where Scott is at. And Scott feels that Leanne hasn't been honest about how she feels. This is like classic miscommunication happening here.
Again, like we said last time, it's almost like they just don't communicate at all with each other. Either of them.
Either. Yeah. And like Scott mentions this later, but he's just like, she never tells me where she's at. Like I'm always having to guess, and she like assumes that I know how she feels. It's like, Leanne, baby, I highly recommend therapy. You're partaking in what we call mind reading.
Also, like, you can ask Scott.
Yeah. But she's like, he should know. She feels like he should know how she feels. He should be able to read her mind.
I agree, but I will say that a part of it is like her feelings are justified based on what he said to her. Like, it's not early days anymore. We saw a clip of that at movie night. A lot of implied all eggsing.
Yeah.
Is she communicating or vocalizing the feelings that she has based on that? No, but are her feelings to be expected based on that? Yes.
I agree. I completely agree. I think her feelings are very valid.
Yeah.
But she's not saying any of them, which is a problem. Which
Correct.
in a lot of ways can lead to invalidating her feelings, which is not fair.
Yeah, it's just a bad combination. Like, he's not asking, she's not saying.
Yep.
Not gonna go well, and guess what? It doesn't.
Yep. We'll talk about them at the end. So then Cher says that she didn't like Jack's reaction to her being in the bottom. She was just like, you didn't seem to care that I was standing up there at all. And Helena tells Whitney in the makeup room that she's not really feeling Carrington anymore. And then in bed, Carrington says that he thinks that he and Helena are the funny couple, potentially more funny or equally as funny as Whitney and Yaman.
Huh?
Delusional, good sir.
Also, why put Whitney and Yaman down in this moment? That is unneeded.
Right. But I'm also like, if you really think that you're funnier, you and Helena are funnier than Whitney and Yaman, that's insane.
It's Delulu, but also like, yeah, it's just unneeded, all of it.
They're unneeded. But it was very funny to hear him voice this, like let me like think out like how we're being perceived, right? Like by other people in the villa, but also potentially by the audience.
Yeah.
Scott then tells Carrington that he does not have a spark with Cher. And then Sammy expresses her anger again at Lucinda. And they cannot get anywhere with this conversation. And they leave it at agreeing to just not be friends.
Well, Lucinda pulls Sammy. And I'm like, can you fucking drop it? And then she gets pissed at her again, and then doesn't like how Sammy responds to her, like fucking coming at her.
Yeah.
And then walks away. I'm like, Lucinda, can you get the fuck out of my villa?
She is very grating, to say the least. Whitney and Millie then discuss Lucinda's personality. They're basically like trying to say that Lucinda means well, but she's obviously like very immature.
Yeah.
But
which is kind of what we said, but also like impact versus intent.
Exactly.
And like, you're 26 years old. When do you take responsibility for your own actions? Like, do I think that she's like a really evil human being? No. Do I think she's causing a significant amount of harm by having no empathy and only caring about herself? Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
So Scott and Leanne then chat, and he acknowledges that he has not been thinking about her feelings enough. Like we said, has she been expressing them enough? Perhaps not. And Leanne is like, yes, my feelings have been disregarded and I am done. And then Scott and Cher agree to be friends. And then there's this crazy moment where Scott, after this conversation with Leanne, goes and gets in bed. And then Kieran comes to comfort him. And they literally like cuddle.
Yeah, it's cute.
Honestly, heated rivalry season 3. Because season 2 is going to be Craig and Austin.
I would definitely watch that.
So Scott and Leanne then talk again, and Scott is like, I just want you. And she's like, well, I'm going to stand on my choice. And Scott apologizes to her. And I just had a comment that the irony of this happening to Scott after earlier this season, was it Sean? I don't remember who he gave this advice to, but he just was like, be careful because 2 options can easily become a 0.
Yup. Just be wary.
I'm like, not heeding your own advice there, Scottisha.
Yup.
Helena and Carrington then chat, and she tells Carrington that she thinks he's playing a game. He's like, you're not very touchy-feely with me, and asks what she needs, and she basically kind of ends it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Sean and Belle chat about his actions. Belle explains that like the reason that she's mad is that he was so reassuring to her, only to then switch it up the minute that he was insecure about their connection when she was out of the villa. And then Tommy cries to Jack. He's like, I haven't found a connection. I feel like my relationship with Sean has changed.
I know.
This actually made me very sad.
Made me so sad. Poor Tommy. Tommy's crying left and right. And he's just like, nobody likes me. I've like my best friend like stole my girl. Like, it's rough out there for him.
Why is he still there?
I don't know. Some of these people need like game wise, we are never like leave on your own accord. But my God, for your own sanity and dignity, just leave.
And for my sanity and dignity, Lucinda can leave.
Yes. Yes.
We are moving into episode 26 now, and the girls get a text that they will be having mimosas in the garden, and we see Harrison from season 12 enter. This is one of the amazing Helena lines. She walks out and goes, is that Harrison? And then she goes, what are you doing here? Go home.
Yeah. I liked that.
He chats with the girls, tells them his story of season 12. I saw that Lauren like recorded herself watching this part.
Oh God.
Seems to disagree with his take on their relationship. He talks about his type. Whitney's like, it's giving Belle. And then he chats with the boys. We then see Belle and Harrison chat on the terrace, and he tells her that he goes, I'd give you a ring right now if I was going off of eyes alone. And then he chats to Lucinda and says the exact same thing.
Yeah. I think he also tells Helena the same thing.
About the eyes?
I think so, yeah.
Wait, Harrison does?
I think so.
That's weird because they know each other.
I agree.
He definitely, I'm 100% sure that he says it to Belle and Lucinda back to back.
Yes, he definitely has uses the line more than once.
Also, like, how shallow. If I was going off of eyes alone, I would marry you. Well, maybe you shouldn't go off of eyes alone.
The only eyes I would marry right away are Rob's.
To be clear, though, we're not going off of eyes alone.
Nope, not at all.
There are lots of factors.
A lot of factors. Oh, man.
Whitney gives Leanne a heads up that Scott might go for Belle. Carrington and Helena agree to be friends, and then Cher and Harrison flirt. I think also before the heart rate challenge, there's a moment where Scott and Kieran are chatting, and he tells him, I heard that Belle's into me, and Kieran goes, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And Scott says, Belle's everything you'd want in a woman.
Yeah. I think we maybe skipped over that Whitney also talked to Belle about Scott and encouraged Belle to talk to Leanne.
She did do that, and Belle was like, well, but what am I going to tell her? Like, there's nothing to tell her. This is Belle's error.
Yeah.
I'm very curious as we get into this, your take, because I've seen a lot of people's takes of discourse on this situation, and Belle doing this to Leanne versus what Lucinda did to her. I think that Belle's main mistake was not taking Whitney's advice and pulling Leanne in this moment, even if she was like, what am I going to tell her? We've been eye fucking across the villa. Like, yeah, maybe not with such harsh words, but like, hey, I'm interested.
Right. What she should have told Leanne was, hey, Leanne, I want to give you a heads up. I'm interested in Scott, and I'm going to talk to him about that.
Yes.
Like, the fact that Belle tried to play, I mean, you're getting my take. I mean, the fact that Belle tried to play it off like it was like, oh, I had no idea what was there, and so I didn't want to talk about it until I knew what was there or not there is like a bullshit, something like a mirage to hide behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting your take on, yes, I agree. Obviously, I think that Belle 100% should have pulled Leanne, honestly, like before she told anyone. Yeah. I mean, Whitney is one thing, but like very early on, before this point, she should have pulled Leanne.
Yeah.
I think had she done that, she basically wouldn't have been in the wrong at all.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. I agree. Yeah.
Before we get to the heart rate challenge, during Sharon Harrison's flirty conversation on the terrace, she says, so you're saying I have good banter for an American? Oh, this is what he did. I don't think he said it to Helena, but he said to Cher, when asked to describe his type, he said like American.
Right. Which is weird.
I mean, it's just funny. Like you're saying he's a fuckboy. That's all I have to say.
Absolutely. But also, like, when he talks to Belle later, like in the last episode 28, and he's like, I like a fiery woman. All I could think about was Tony. I was like, you do like a fiery woman. but Lauren wasn't very fiery.
Yeah, not enough to fucking stick with her and win. You could have won.
Could have won. Dream team.
Okay, now we're moving into the heart rate challenge, and Yaman goes first. Kieran is funny and hot. These are all of Mara's takes.
These are my notes. I said Yaman does great.
You did say Yaman did great, yes. Sean can't get his like stripper pants off. I wrote Sean's heart rate challenge is giving me the fucking ick. But like, what does he everything he does gives me the ick.
Yes, absolutely.
You say Carrington does well and he kisses Helena. I wrote not Carrington with the American flag Speedo. Ew, it's giving MAGA.
I know. I didn't love the American flag Speedo. There is a moment after the heart rate challenge where Carrington, like Whitney and Yaman are having like a private moment.
Yes.
And Carrington is just like, what did you guys think of my American flag boxer?
I don't remember how Whitney responded to it, but I remember
she was like, "It's not about you right now."
Yeah.
That was great. It really was like Carrington, like, go away. Like, why are you here right now?
Also, like that with the context of him last night being like, me and Helena are more funny than Whitney and Yaman is slightly gross.
Yeah.
Didn't put those things together before now, but like, leave them the fuck alone.
Leaving them alone. Yep. Whatever.
Then we see Jack. You say he's all right.
That was being nice.
At this point, here is my note. Maura said that the heart rate challenge made her feel bi. So far, it's making me feel gay.
Women haven't gone yet.
It's making me feel gay.
Because
before the women even went. Gay. I was just like, ew, 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 ew.
Yeah. Yep.
Then we see Harrison. He kisses Belle and Cher, but he asks. It's giving Sharon. God, Sharon. I think that's why I keep getting Cher's name mixed up.
Sharon.
It's giving Sharn be like, all the boys asked, can I? Before they kissed us in the Heart Rate Challenge. I was like, someone watched Love Island Australia.
Yeah. Well, I wrote, he kisses Belle and asks Cher for consent. I said, that's nice.
It was nice.
I like that he did that. Props to you, Harrison.
Zach then comes out as a cowboy. This gave me such an ick.
Yeah, I said this gave me the ick. I'm not going to lie. And he wishes he was Rob.
He wishes he was Rob. He wishes he was Nick. Who else has done that little cute outfit?
Right, but also Zach has the snake tattoo on his arm.
Oh, I didn't notice the snake tattoo, just the humongous flower tattoo.
Oh, he does have a humongous flower tattoo.
That Ian made a really funny joke about.
Oh, I missed it.
He was like, Zach asked my 3-year-old niece for a tattoo of a flower, and she did it like way bigger than he was expecting. And then Zach goes like this.
Yeah.
And you're
It's like on the inside of his bicep. Yeah. Oh, man. That's funny. Yeah. Next time you look at Zach, he's got a giant snake tattoo on his arm.
I thought a lot about Zach and Millie during these episodes because I think you're right that Zach is very boring.
Mm-hmm.
I do still kind of think they're made for each other.
I agree.
Like, do I care to see that much more of them? I'll see them like make out. Honestly, it's hot.
Yeah.
But like, neither of them are great TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, this gave me the ick. I did like when he walked off and went, "Thank you, ladies," in a southern accent. And then we see Tommy, and he does okay, but apparently all the girls loved it. Leanne goes 10 out of 10.
Well, he like pulls the sock out from his
That's so
briefs.
embarrassing.
I know, but like it looked like he was kind of packing. It looked like he didn't need the sock.
Beg to differ.
Really?
You and I always have this conversation. You always think that people are packing that I don't.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if I can see your dick through your pants.
He's not wearing pants. He's wearing like
thin boxer briefs.
You could see anyone's dick.
But it was like pronounced.
I don't know. I think it's embarrassing.
Maybe I've just
like
seen a lot of small dicks. Sorry. It's very possible. Seen a lot of small penises in my life.
At college.
In college. I've seen some big ones too, but
I think that's what's happening here.
That might be true. Me and my friend always have this joke. We had this joke in college, but it's still relevant. Like when you're like with someone for a long time, you like lose perspective on what other penises look like.
You're welcome, Gabe, for being like, oh, it must be small.
Oh, this feels. I feel like I don't mean to be. I'm not trying to besmirch Lucas with this conversation whatsoever. I just want to make that abundantly clear.
Part of the conversation that we've had before is like grower shower.
Yes.
I just feel like it's so hard to be like that person has a big dick if it's not a shower. Because how are we supposed to know unless you're Scott, who by the way was literally curled up in a fucking ball this whole. I was like, you are trying to hide a boner this entire. He literally had his knees to his chest. The whole. Well, we're not even there yet, but
maybe Tommy had a boner. Maybe that's what I was seeing
during his own turn.
Yeah, because like I'm thinking of Scott now when he later takes off his pants and shows Leanne his little undies underneath. That was quite flat. I didn't see anything. So maybe Tommy had a boner.
Is not translating.
It was not there. Did not see evidence. Doesn't mean it's not like there, but
it looked the same as Tommy's. We'll have to go back.
We'll have to go back
because they were wearing basically like the same little like metallic
pants.
Shorts.
Yeah, it could also be that Tommy just had big balls. We can get off this conversation.
Also, like the thought of like Tommy having a boner during his own heart rate challenge is so sad. It's like he's so desperate for like anyone to like him.
Sorry, Tommy, for speculating about your dick size. It doesn't matter.
I mean, you're speculating in a positive way. I'm the one who should be apologizing. Scott goes next and kisses pretty much everyone you wrote except Sammy, but I can't imagine he kissed Whitney. Did he?
No.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
And then he brings Belle up to the front and like spits champagne into her mouth, which was, wild.
Like, whoa.
She was shook.
Smitten. She loved every second of that.
And then he makes out with Leanne and like pulls her up, makes out with her and says, "We're not done till I say we're done." Turns her around, smacks her ass, and walks off.
Wild.
This somehow opened the door for Leanne.
Yeah. I think she just wanted to see some kind of effort. Do you know what I mean?
We're not done till I say we're done. What about him being like, you're all I want? That's not effort?
You're right. Yeah, he was. But I think she was just like, oh, you're just doing this because, like, I told you I didn't want to be with you anymore.
Yeah. God, this is so classic Maura, making me do the boys and then switching it to you for the girls.
I'm so sorry. Do I do this all the time?
No. Yeah, well, you just make me do the nauseating parts.
Oh, my gosh. Not always.
Baby birding.
I try to split that up. When that
Curtis.
Curtis, little gifts.
Little gifts. Any gifts.
Oh my God. Scott also says to Belle, like, I want to get into this hurricane or get lost in this hurricane or something like dumb like that.
Oh, and then Leanne tells all the girls what he said to her. Yep. And they ask Belle what he said to her, and she goes, no comment.
I know. I was like, oh shit, Belle. She is playing with fire. I mean, she's asking for a fight, in my personal opinion.
I agree.
Okay. So the girls are next. Belle goes first. She makes out with Carrington. She makes out with Scott. She does pretty well. She's dressed up as like a little bunny.
I thought she was hot as fuck.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty hot. Her ass looks great. My biggest takeaway was these girls have great asses.
My biggest takeaway was I am gay.
Gay. I know. I get that. Yeah.
And that is on this group of islanders.
Yep. Agreed. So Helena's next. She does okay. She's a little verde.
She's a bit uncomfortable in her own body.
I agree.
I cannot get out of my head. It's giving dolphin.
I know. You know, it makes me feel sad because Helena's like 29, right? She's older. Yeah. Being that uncomfortable in your own body at 29 is rough. I hope that her 30s bring her freedom.
I think they will. I think she's going to thrive in her 30s. I'm honestly the biggest Helena stan. It's crazy.
I know. What a switch up.
I know. She does. She pulls Harrington to the front. Carrington to the front. Makes out with him and says, forget what I said earlier.
Yeah.
I loved that for her.
I did too.
It was bold.
It was very bold. Millie does pretty well. I forget what her costume was. Oh, she was like an angel.
Yeah. To be fair, most of the girls weren't really in costumes.
Right. They were just in like lingerie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leanne goes next. She does well. She makes out with Scott. She tells him that she misses him.
Yeah, she does. Wait, and then she makes Tommy stand up and like paddles him, and Kieran in the background is screaming, good boy, good boy.
That's funny.
I died.
Sammy goes next, and I was like, whoa, she is smoking hot.
You and Kieran.
Wow. I get it, Kieran.
No,
I get it.
In love. And
I don't blame him.
When she's done, he has to put her little like lingerie cardigan in his lap.
Yes. Oh, he loved that.
This challenge is very embarrassing for boys, especially because they're all sitting there in their little costumes that are challenging to
cover up.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
I'm too gay to talk anymore about penises.
Whitney's next. She does some tricks. She looks great in her outfit too. My God. The pink number.
She looked amazing because I also feel like her makeup, like the pink of her makeup, like matched the pink of her outfit. She looked unreal. She was very verde.
Yeah, I know.
But then she had an unreal ITM where she said, 9 boys. I ain't got 9 moves. The fuck?
She later tells Yeaman that she got too shy to kiss him.
Well, because she was like front, like straddling somebody front facing, and then like flipped onto Yeaman, which was very impressive. So that like her back was to him. And then I think because of that, she like didn't kiss him and then just like kept going.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. He was kind of pissed about it, but I'm like,
You get lost in the moment.
Yeah. I think it was cute that she got shy.
Yeah, I agree. Lucinda goes next. She does pretty well. I don't remember anything notable about hers.
I wrote Lucinda and Sean have very manic energy.
Yes, they do. Very manic energy. Cher is next. She also does well, but I did not like the song. It was very patriotic.
And Zach went, that's America right there.
Ugh.
Why do we have to do this?
I know. I'm like, please don't placate to America.
It's not like, I get that we have people from different countries in the villa, but it's not like all the UK people are like, oh yeah, go Britain constantly.
Right.
It's like this weird patriotic thing that only follows the Americans that I absolutely fucking hate. And maybe the people, like maybe these British Islanders don't realize how problematic it is, but I do.
It's possible. It is possible. Yeah. It all goes back to the war, Ari. Let's not forget.
How could I forget?
Our patriotism was born from releasing ourselves of the shackles of the British royal party. Proud to be an American.
I'm not.
Nor am I. Especially not now.
Literally in Canada, I kept being like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't judge me. Everyone would be like, I'm from America. And I was like, but you left. And they're like, yeah.
Yeah. You were smart. You got out. I'm like holding on for hope. I don't know. It feels delusional. Anyway, Jessie is the last to enter. She's our brand new bombshell. Obviously, she was on season 11.
That sounds right.
And she was obviously coupled up with Joey Essex. So she comes out and she makes out with Tommy and Scott.
She goes in like with Yemen and is like licking his neck. And he goes, wow, you smell great.
He seems
really
so
like him.
Pure-hearted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he's a genuinely good human.
Yeah, I think so too. Episode 27 is next, and we get the results of the heart rate challenge. I'm going to go through any of the heart rate challenge results that were marginally surprising. If I don't mention a name, it is because they either matched with the person they're coupled up with or the person that they're interested in. So Helena's heart rate was raised the most by Harrison. Sammy's was raised the most by Tommy. Leanne's was raised the most by Yemen. Cher's was raised the most by Harrison. Whitney's was raised the most by Jack, which was very surprising. She was like, it's giving rigged. Belle was, she might have said that later actually, but Belle's heart rate was raised the most by Scott. Yemen's was raised the most by Jessie. And then we get a series of guys whose heart rates were raised the most by Jessie.
My theory is that they just thought that it was over.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And then a brand new girl came in. Move on. Yeah. I don't care.
This is classic. This is like they bring in a bombshell during the heart rate challenge. The guys are like, whoa, unexpected. And so all of their heart rates are risen. It means nothing.
Yes. You should read not into it at all at Millie.
Yes, agreed. So we are told that the couple who raised their heart rates the most were Lucinda and Sean.
Because they're both like manic. They're both like, oh, like, of course.
Yes, yes. And least was Whitney and Yemen.
Maybe this is where Whitney said it's giving rigged.
It might have been when. Yes. I think that's what she said. So after the heart rate challenge, we see Scott and Belle flirt. And I didn't really write too many details about this, but this was a very flirtatious conversation. She makes him like cuddle her. And they're like just being like very sexual about the whole thing.
Yeah. At the fire pit.
At the fire pit. Yep. So Sammy tells Kieran that Jessie is going to be another test for him, but he disagrees with this. Zach and Millie then flirt, and he's like using this southern accent with her.
She loved it.
She loved it. I hated it.
She doesn't understand the implication.
Right. And she hasn't seen Rob do it.
And also, more importantly, dude, every single girl in this villa would immediately leave their man if Rob walked in.
Bring him in. I want to see what would happen.
He has a girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Who would be his type? Cher?
Cher would definitely be his type. I think maybe Belle.
Yeah. I actually could see Cher and Rob.
I could see Cher and Rob.
Very chill vibes. Very sexy.
Mm-hmm. They'd be pretty hot together.
She is one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen.
She's very pretty. She's a little boring, though.
Yeah. I know.
She's chill. Like, I'm sure she's like a perfectly nice and cool person and like is probably a good friend and like fun to hang out with when you're like out with her. But for TV's sake, a little bit of a snooze fest.
Agreed.
Okay. Whitney then says that she thinks that Belle should tell Leanne, again, how she feels about Scott.
Yes.
Belle continues to push back about this one. Scott then asks Leanne what miss you means, and he says he still has
What do you mean,
feelings.
Scott?
It means I miss you, you stupid fuck. I know. I know. It's pretty clear. Yes. I miss you.
Be grateful that she's telling you how she feels.
Yep.
Don't fucking question it.
Well, he's like, yeah, so he's like, I still have feelings for you. And she's like joking about like, I guess the door's open a little bit for you. They have this whole like home analogy.
The home thing pisses me off.
Pisses me off. Yes.
I fucking hate the home thing.
Me too.
Come home. I'm home. Shut the fuck up.
It's so weirdly like, I don't know. My first thought is like, don't worry, darling. It's very like traditional 1950s.
Dude, yes, because then later
vibes.
She goes, you're home, dinner's on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it really fucking is. It really fucking is.
It's not for me.
It's also giving like, I have a mistress, but now I'm home.
Right.
It's like really disrespectful to everyone else.
And Leanne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Helena says that she feels like she cut things off with Carrington too early, and Leanne feels similarly regarding Scott.
Wild. Mm-hmm. I will say that in the makeup room, we do see Belle talk to Leanne, like in front of everyone else, but she's like, I'm interested in Scott, or like Scott and I are getting to know each other or something. And I'm like, you really should have pulled her.
Yeah. Privately.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the morning, Jesse and Zach talk on the terrace about her Love Island journey.
He goes, I'm sorry, I haven't seen your season. Not a student of the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason you didn't get out of Casa.
Yep. I wonder if he's seen Millie's season. I doubt it.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't even know that she's a winner.
He might now because she probably told him, but
yeah.
But yeah, he probably didn't know that when he went in there.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like admitting that. Like, it's also giving ethnocentrism. Like, I only watch Love Island USA. Respect your roots.
Ethnocentrism. For Love Island. That's hysterical.
It is.
It is. It is. It
you
is.
can't say I'm sorry I haven't seen your season. It's like one of the most recent seasons of Love Island UK. Like right before you went on. That's really problematic.
Yes. It's giving Aslan in Chronicles of Narnia saying, do not quote the ancient texts. I was there when it was written.
He cannot quote the ancient texts because he was not there when it was written, nor has he read them.
Right. Definitely hasn't read them. Okay, so Belle then pulls Scott to the secret garden and tells him that she fancies him. He says he fancies her as well. They flirt a little bit. And during all of this, Leanne is pissed off.
Yeah.
She's like, she has not really talked to me. After that, Belle and Leanne do have a chat. Leanne says she wishes that Belle had talked to her before she pulled Scott to the secret garden. And Belle says she didn't want to talk to her before she figured out if there was anything there with Scott.
You should have.
Yeah, agreed. Belle says that they are both interested in seeing where things go with one another. And then Leanne goes into the makeup room. She's pissed off. The girls comfort her.
I'm pretty sure that this is when Lucinda really starts to like glom on to Leanne because she sees this opportunity of like, I'll use this to get back at Belle.
Yep.
And she says, Scott has a fucking gorgeous girl. And I was like, no, he does not. She broke up with him.
Right.
I started to feel very confused at this point why the whole internet was on Lucinda and Leanne's side. Like, Leanne is allowed to be sad. Belle should have talked to her. But it is 100% true that she only reopened the door with Scott when she knew that somebody else was interested in him.
Yeah. And she did end things with Scott. Like, Belle did not pursue that until they had ended things. Like, it was within both of Scott and Belle's right to see that through.
Exactly. This is where I'm like, it is not the same thing as Lucinda and Sean. Yes, maybe it's quote unquote worse because Leanne and Belle are friends and Belle and Lucinda weren't. But Leanne literally broke up with Scott.
Right. Yeah. It is. I did see that like people were like on Lucinda's side a little bit, like, oh, Belle's making me have to like defend Lucinda. Yes. And I kept like waiting for that to happen. And I'm like, oh, I guess I just don't feel that way because I'm not having that experience.
I love you.
I love you too.
The entire fucking internet felt that way. And I felt crazy.
Yeah.
I will stand on it. Like, she 100%. Broken up, not broken up. That's your friend. She's been with him the whole time. You should have gone and told her even before you knew what was happening. Hey, I might be interested. Hey, I'm going to pull him for a chat. You do that and you're 100% in the clear for this entire situation. I genuinely believe that. That was her one mistake.
Yeah, I agree. I will say, like, caveat to all of this is like Belle still pissed me off and I'm like really over Belle and I'm really over this storyline.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people were saying that like Belle was like bullying Lucinda. That's not happening. Just to make that very clear.
I agree. I think that everyone is saying, well, I think that we're going to see in the next batch of episodes, Maya has to like come into the villa and like talk to Lucinda, which I've never seen anything like that. That's crazy.
I can't wait to discuss that.
I also don't agree that everyone is bullying Lucinda. It's like, maybe if she was an actual child, but she's not. She's simply acting like one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's fucking reaping the... What's the saying? She's...
Reaping the benefits?
No, yeah, that's not what I meant, huh? She is laying in the bed that she made.
Laying in the bed that she made. Yes. Yes, she is. Scott then complains to Belle that Leanne expects him to know how she feels without her ever communicating it. That's that mind reading. Harrison and Cher flirt, and then Cher tells Jack about her conversation with Harrison and tells him that she wants them to be less serious together.
During the conversation with Cher and Harrison, both conversations that they've had, he has asked her if she thinks he's mature.
Yeah, he is asking that quite a lot. I guess because he's younger, because he's 23. And I feel like he's like needing that validation.
I guess. But she's like, I mean, men don't really mature in their 20s. And then says he has a baby face. I'm obsessed with her. And he goes, I grew stubble before the season.
Congratulations. You're 15.
And she's like, it's a good thing. Like, you want to look old?
Right. Right. It's true.
Yeah.
Although sometimes stubble is hotter.
You're thinking about Rob.
Of course.
I mean, to say that he grew stubble is very generous. And then he goes, you're laughing at my beard. Huh?
Did you know, I learned this in psychology in college. Apparently, like when women are going through different phases of their cycle, shout out Anton, they are attracted to different types of men's looks. And it's like during your like ovulation, I forget, but some of them are like you're more attracted to like a baby faced guy, and some of them you're more attracted to like a more like chiseled featured man.
But in every phase of your cycle, every woman is attracted to Rob.
Of course. Yes. Indeed, because he has the benefit of looking kind of baby faced, but also very chiseled simultaneously.
He's so cute and sexy.
Exactly. Best of both worlds.
Maybe I'm not gay.
This is why we're bi.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay, so Scott tells Leanne about his conversation with Belle and clarifies, like, I agreed to have conversations with her, but I miss you. And then Leanne and Lucinda complain about Belle. And Lucinda is like, I'm being treated differently. This isn't about you.
Correct.
Leanne feels like the other girls have been encouraging Belle and she is upset. And then Harrison and Helena have a chat and he's like, I feel like I gravitate towards you. And she's like, no, you don't. And he's like, no, I do. And she's like, no, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
This was so funny. I died for her reacting to Harrison. She doesn't take him seriously. And then I think that at one point she does go like, by the way, after you and Lauren broke up, like I spent some time with her. Mm-hmm. She was very upset.
Yeah.
And I think that finally makes him realize like, oh,
this isn't going to happen.
Not going to happen. But this conversation absolutely cracked me up. She's like, maybe you gravitate towards me because we're mates, but like, no, you don't.
Right. Yeah, she's like, we're friends and you like me as a friend. Don't get it.
She's like, we're not playing this fucking game. Like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But also it's giving like you only wanted him because he was with Tony. I don't know. I mean, obviously there's been some things that have happened since then. She feels like a different person to me.
I agree.
This season.
I agree.
Jack then tells Cher that if this turns into a triangle again, he's going to be upset. Wah, wah, wah. Why don't you just like graft harder then? Mm-hmm. They bicker a little bit. Helena asks Carrington about running it back and apologizes for saying that she felt like he wasn't genuine. He agrees. He wants to keep talking. They kiss. Scott then asks Whitney for advice. This is what I was talking about before. If Whitney thinks that he could make it on the outside with Leanne.
Yeah.
And Whitney is like, well, you need to think logically. I think this is where like they start to have a conversation about like logistics.
Right.
Like, do you, obviously you like both of them, but like who do you actually see it working out with? And she leans, okay, so she does tell him that she leans Belle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, goddamn, Leanna's gonna be pissed at Whitney when she watches
really
the
pissed
season
off.
back.
Really pissed off. Yeah, it is interesting. Why I am wondering why Whitney feels this way about Leanne and Scott.
If you recall, before there was anyone else involved in the very beginning of the season, she told Scott that she didn't think that him and Leanne were compatible.
It's true.
And her reason was that Leanne values financial security above all else.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm like, what? Can we extrapolate a little bit? Like, what does that mean?
So I know that when they were having this conversation, Whitney also mentioned, like, you need to think about this logically. You need to think about this financially.
Yes.
She, like, said that. And I was like, so we're back on that. What does Leanne want from a man? I feel like she wants a billionaire or something.
What does Whitney know?
What does Whitney know that she's not saying? I know, like, she wants to be on a yacht. She wants PJs. Like, what is it?
I don't know, but you're right. There's definitely something there. I do also think that, like, there's something to be said for, like, Leanne is very strong and, like, can absolutely put up with Scott's shit.
Yeah.
But does he need somebody to balance him out in terms of, like, they also have a strong personality? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Because there's also a moment when he was talking to Kieran and Kieran was like, if you guys fought, I would leave the villa. I love Kieran. I'm obsessed with Kieran and Sammy.
Yeah.
Anyway, he flirts with Belle and says that his logic and emotion, or like his head and his heart, are having a fight. Does that mean that his heart is with Leanne and his head is with Belle?
Yes.
And Belle says, no, doesn't work for me.
Wow.
She's
very forward.
Rape culture. Like, what?
Oh, good point. That's not very consensual.
Yeah, that is like not okay to say.
Yeah, you're right. That's a really good point. Yeah, there's something about Belle. It's not sitting with me. I am getting really annoyed by the adjustment of her hair. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
It's a lot. It's like it's constantly.
It reminds me of like a hairdresser's TikTok where like the last thing that they do to like make it sit well. So like I get why she does it, but it is annoying.
It's so annoying. She does it all the time.
She does. I'm glad that you fact checked Yaman. Okay, we're now moving into episode 28.
I didn't need to fact check it. I knew it offhand. That's a ridiculous statement.
I don't mean fact check like Googled it. Yeah. I just mean commented on it. So Scott is telling Carrington and Gaiman about Whitney telling him to think logically. Or no, he says logistically. I remember specifically he says logistically because they think that he means like it doesn't matter where you, they go, it doesn't matter where you live. Like if you love someone, you'll make it work. And he's like, I'm not saying that like I can't do long distance. What I'm saying is like I have to figure out who fits into my life. And then they both are like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. But what do you like to share?
Yeah, so Yaman is, when they're talking about the distance thing, Yaman's like, what? It's not, like the UK isn't bigger than any one of the US states. Yaman, that's not true. I can think of multiple states that the UK is larger than.
Rhode Island
being the first one. Connecticut, Maryland, the very state that I am in. New Hampshire, Vermont.
Basically the Northeast.
Get a lot bigger after that, actually. But
the entire Northeast.
The entire Northeast, pretty much, with the exception of Maine. But I would still, I don't, then I'd have to Google it, but because I really don't know how big.
But yeah, it was funny because they were like, you can make it work. They're both in the UK. And he was like, that's just absolutely not what I mean.
Yeah. It would be like, what's 2 hours from you, Ari? What's like a 2-hour train ride from you?
I've never taken a train. Something else in Colorado.
Oh yeah, they don't have trains out there. You guys need more trains. We need more trains in the United States.
Yeah, we really do.
I'm a big proponent of trains.
Have you seen the memes that are like the United States if Tylenol actually caused autism? And it's like
trains everywhere. I'm here for it.
Hey, Gabe. What is a 2-hour drive or a 2-hour train ride from us?
Like big city wise?
There are no big cities.
There's nothing. I mean,
but like it's every direction. It would just be Colorado, except for north would be Wyoming. Like Cheyenne isn't even 2 hours away, so maybe something else in Wyoming. Yeah.
Colorado Springs.
No, Colorado Springs is only an hour.
Right. So
Trinidad, Colorado.
Love it. Okay, U.S. states that are smaller than the U.K. by land area include, these are the just top 10 smallest: Rhode Island, Delaware, Connecticut, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Hawaii, Maryland, West Virginia. That does make me feel like the U.K. is quite small.
Maybe Yaman was on
to something there. Because I'm like, wow. I was thinking, like, I think London is like a 2.5 hour train ride to like Scotland, and maybe like another 2.5 hours to like Wales,
right,
or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it is pretty close. It's smaller.
But like, would I want to date somebody who lives 2 hours away from me? No. But I guess I also am in a very different stage of my life and basically married. So maybe that's an irrelevant opinion.
What if Rob lived 2 hours away from you? Would
sold.
You date him? Yeah, same.
2 hours away from us, like Breckenridge. That's a good example.
Okay. Yeah. And that's a great place to go visit, especially if Rob lives there.
Especially if Rob happens to be skiing that day.
Oh, is that where they were? Were they in Breckenridge?
No, they were in Winter Park, which also might be around 2 hours. Anyway.
Nice.
We're moving into episode 28. Oh, no, I already said that. We already got into episode 28. I got so flustered at the thought of Rob. Oh, shit. You know what we didn't say at the top of the episode?
What?
We were wrong, and there's actually 2 weeks left. The finale, if you're listening to this on the 19th, is not today. It is next week, the 26th. I know that is.
Yeah.
A weird thing to say an hour and a half into the episode, but better here than never. Okay. So Lucinda pulls Belle, and I said SMH, not her making this about her. Of course. It is like annoyed and says, you shouted at me. And Belle is like, oh, OMG. And then Lucinda says that Belle has done the same thing to Leanne that Lucinda did to her, but it's worse. And then she keeps calling Leanne Liel.
Yes.
Which is like just confirmation of my point that like this is not about your relationship with Leanne, whose name you don't even know. This is about you being like, guess what? I'm in the right because now you're doing the thing that you were mad at me about. And it's like, no. No. In fact, they were broken up. Yeah. And also, in fact, this has absolutely nothing to do with you.
Right.
I do think that
Leo.
I do think that Lucinda is understandably lonely in the villa and like maybe is trying to use this to be like, well, now I can be buddies with Leanne, but it's like, well, then maybe you should learn her name.
I do think it's funny that she kept calling her Liel because it's clearly like a slip up between Leanne and Belle. And so like both women are on her mind and they're both relevant to the conversation.
Because I'm sorry, but is Liel a name? I'm sure that there's someone out there named Liel, but like anything could be a name. But like it's not like she's calling her Lucy or something, like something that is like a common name.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. She kept calling her that. And then they argue and Belle walks off. And then the girls are all in the makeup room, all literally screaming at each other. Leanne is like, it's hypocritical. Sammy's like, this is not Lucinda's business. And as they're all screaming at each other, Yaman is just like in the bedroom watching, eating something out of like a full pot.
That's amazing.
Lucinda screams that Belle is so angry. She goes, you're so angry. I'm like, girl, what did you think was going to happen? You wanted her to get angry. Like that is, that grinds my gears to like get involved in something that has nothing to do with you. Try to like rehash an argument that's been put to bed that you've been asking, can we put this to bed? And then be like, you're so angry is like, actually really manipulative.
Yeah, because like she got her all riled up, by confronting her about that.
This pissed me off. But Lucinda is like out kind of in the hallway eavesdropping on the girls while this is all happening and like inserts herself here and there. And then Whitney breaks it down and says that what Bella's doing is more mad than what Lucinda did with Sean, but because Leanne took Yaman to the secret garden, she fucked up morally. I'm like, Whitney,
hilarious. I know.
No, that's not what it is. What it is that Leanne broke up with Sean or broke up with Scott.
Yeah. It was very funny when Whitney was doing this because she was like, it was really mad. What Belle did was more mad. And Leanne's like, yeah, I agree. And Whitney's like, let me land the plane. Like, I'm going to get to the point that I'm really trying to make, which is that I'm secretly mad at you, Leanne, for pulling Yaman to the secret garden. You don't have any moral ground.
This was crazy. But yeah, they're all literally just screaming at each other. And then Scott and Leanne are in bed and Scott goes, it's so crazy that I'm the topic of this fight, but it actually has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
No pun intended, but how is this man getting off scot-free?
Yeah. Because he's Scott, because he's hot.
It does have something to do with you. It has a lot to do with you.
Quite a lot.
But yeah, in bed, he basically is like, I'm going to make a decision tomorrow. He goes, all I'm going to say is tomorrow.
Like, the fuck is that, dude? Just make a decision now.
I know. He really is trying to produce this storyline.
Yeah, he is.
Helena overhears/sees this conversation and tells Belle about it. And Jack also tells her that Scott and Leanne were cuddly and having kisses in bed. And then Scott pulls Leanne to the secret garden. I think this is the next day, right?
Yes, this is the next day.
And tells Leanne that she's the only thing that makes sense. He wants to come home. This is where she says dinner is served. And they kiss.
The whole thing, just I'm so glad I'm home. I just save it.
I know. It's also really weird because he, in this moment, tells her that she's the only thing logically that makes sense. And I'm like, but you said something different literally
the
last
day
night.
before. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. I wrote, I'm so over Scott and Leanne being like, go home. I'm home. Everything was telling me to come home. Shut the fuck up.
I know. I was really just like, this has dragged on. I'm like at the point where I don't give a fuck what happens to Leanne and Scott.
I agree.
May they pass on in happiness. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm
Same
over
about
it.
Lucinda and Sean. Yeah.
Yes.
And then Lucinda is complaining about Belle to Sean, and she goes, why can't she just admit she's in the wrong?
Yeah.
How rich.
I know. I agree. All right. So then Scott tells Belle that he and Leanne are back on. Belle says that she was mad when the girls were arguing and Scott didn't go to check on her.
Because she's like, you normally would have. Like, we've been friends in the villa. And, like, that was the first time that you, like, haven't checked on me. Which,
and he's, to
be fair to Scott, like, your friendship has changed, girl.
Yes. I mean, she says this by the end of the episode. She's like, were we ever really friends? I don't think so. I think that's accurate. But Scott is really harping on this, like, wanting to be fucking friends with Belle nonsense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he says he wants to be friends with her. And she's just like, okay, like, I can't give you much with that.
Well, he kind of grills her. He's like, can we still be friends?
Right.
And she's like, I already knew that you were going to be with Leanne because I heard about what happened last night.
Yeah. Yeah, so Belle then goes and tells Helena that she thinks that Scott is just like, quote unquote, trying to do the right thing. And she calls him producer Scott. And then we see Leanne and Belle chat and they attempt to squash what's going on for the first time.
Actually, they do.
Do they? They have 3 other fucking conversations about this after that.
Oh, maybe I was getting this mixed up.
So this is the first of a couple. Leanne and Belle chat. They try to squash what's going on. They're like, we're all good. It's Gucci, whatever. But in this conversation, Belle is like explaining. Leanne is just like convinced that Scott is lying to her. And so like she's asking Belle for like clarification of like, what did it look like? And I forget what Belle says to her exactly in this moment, in this one particular instance, but Leanne doesn't like it.
Well, also, what I think we skipped over is that Scott is telling Leanne that it was 70-30.
Yes.
And so then she brings that up to Belle, and Belle is like,
oh, that's no, not yet. She hasn't, that hasn't happened yet.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying. I was getting so annoyed by this, Ari. Okay. So Leanne and Belle have the first chat and they try to squash what's going on. Belle gives her a little bit of insight. Like, yeah, we were just like flirting a lot and eye fucking across the villa. And then we see Jesse and Tommy chat a little bit and Harrison and Belle flirt on the terrace. And then Jesse and Zach go to chat and Millie gets all anxious about this. Feels like Zach has been ignoring her today.
She's like, I just have a gut feeling.
Yeah. And then we see Leanne ask Scott for more clarity about the Belle situation. Scott admits to flirting with Belle, but says it really wasn't more than that. And this is when he says it was like 70-30 her to me.
Got it.
Yeah.
He's really dying on this hill. He's like, we were just friends who flirt and I fuck.
Yes.
Scott, I don't do that with my friends.
I don't think I've ever I fucked with my male friends.
He's like, no, we're just like friends. We're just really flirty friends who just I fucked the whole season. I'm like, it doesn't make it better.
No, it does not make it better. That's not friendship, babe. That's if there weren't barriers here, we'd be having sex. Definitively not friendship. Then we see Zach tell Millie that he's happy with their connection, but he does find worth in exploring things with Jesse. Millie is like, I don't love that. But you've got to go do what you got to do. But
it's very much giving like, I know how this game is supposed to be played and I have to have a test, which like is true. But I also think that he could play it better rather than being like, it's a little too on the nose. He's like, well, I know that this is what I have to do.
Yep.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but she tells him that if he were to kiss Jesse, then she would be out. And
Good
he's like,
communication of your
good
boundaries.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, Leanne talks to Belle again about her and Scott. She's like, I'm hearing discrepancies between what you guys are both saying. And Belle is like, it was not 70-30. It was very much a 50-50 reciprocation.
Why don't they just talk, the three of them?
I know. At this point, when this conversation happened, I was like, I don't fucking care anymore. Leanne needs to let this shit go. She's already chosen to be with Scott. He's come home. Let it go.
He's in the house.
He's in the house.
Close the door.
You can't kick him out anymore. All right. If you kick him out again, he's out. He's out on the street. Like, he can't come back. So, like, literally, you made the bed. You've got to lie in it now.
Yeah.
Oh, so annoying. So then Jack says that he sees Harrison and Cher chatting, and he's annoyed by all of this. He decides to pull Cher.
This is when he talks to Tommy.
Yes.
The Incel Islanders unite.
Yes. Sean even comes over.
Oh. Well, unfortunately, he's not.
I know, but he was like kind of giving that.
He's giving
energy.
Tommy.
Yeah. So Jack then pulls Cher up to the terrace and tells her that he just wants things to go back to the way things were with them. He wants things to feel more fun and less serious. And it's like, wow, what a fun conversation talking about how you should be less serious.
This is my exact note. Why is Jack pulling Cher to say he wants to have fun chats? Like, just have a fun chat, you fucking weirdo.
Exactly. Just like plan something fun and spontaneous for them to do in the villa. Ask her a random fucking question that would be funny.
He's very low effort and high
Very
expectation.
So Jack, I think his dad is like famous.
Yeah, his dad is a singer.
Yeah. And so I think that he's got like some entitlement stuff happening here that I don't think he knows how to like get past.
Jack Keating. I do kind of want to look up his dad.
Yeah, look him up.
Dad. Ronan Keating. Oh my god, his dad is hot.
Oh, really? Let me
Oh,
look.
his dad is so much hotter than him. That's a
Oh my
bummer.
god. Keating. Oh.
It's so weird how everyone sounds like they have an American accent when they
I
sing.
know. British people, I know, it's crazy.
He's Irish.
They have like better diction. Oh yeah. That's a good point.
Wait, is this his song?
No. This is
I was gonna say
Jimmy, but who is this?
Gabe says Morrison.
Dan
Dan Morrison?
Van
Van.
Morrison. Dan Morrison.
He says, how do you not know me? Do you want to call off the wedding?
Remind me ask Gabe, remind me what song it is.
Brown Eyed Girl.
Brown Eyed Girl. Thank you.
He did what? Moondance? I don't know that song. Oh, everybody dancing
in the moonlight.
Okay,
That's a
so
good
not
one.
his song. So then what are his songs? Probably nothing we know. Dan Morris.
Who? Dan Morrison. That's good. Yeah, so Kieran and Sammy agreed to be closed off. Very cute. Then we see Scott pull Belle to tell her that he cares about her and that he wants a friendship with her. Again, really driving home this point. She says that he hasn't admitted everything to Leanne. And they argue about this a little bit. And then afterward, Belle tells Sammy that in a few months, Scott is going to tell Belle that it should have been her. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Whatever you want, baby. All right, let's get into our awards.
Wait, did you say that Kieran and Sammy close it off?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. I was laughing about Dan Morrison.
That's okay.
Yeah. I thought it was crazy that Scott then pulled Belle for a second time to be like, tell me, can we be friends? I'm like, the fuck? He's like,
What the fuck?
Will there be consequences for my actions?
Right. It's very annoying. I'm like, you got to give this time, Scott. Like, she liked you. Give it a day at least.
Okay, awards.
Okay. Who was your MVP?
I really don't fucking know. I had a hard time with all of my awards, but
Same.
I will say for most of them, I have 2. If that's okay. Because we covered a lot of episodes.
Yeah, we did.
All right. So my MVPs that I don't feel that confident about are Helena, shocking, and Yemen.
Okay, Yemen.
I feel like Helena just cracked me up with her commentary around Harrison. And also, like, I thought that the way that she handled the Carrington situation was really funny. Like, I think she's fucked up, but, like, I don't know. She's not harmful. And I love that for her. And she was on her last season. And then Yemen, I think, handled some challenging situations with a lot of grace and also made me laugh eating out of the pot.
I like that. I honestly did not pick one. I could not decide, and I kind of don't feel like anyone deserves it.
I think that's fair. I changed my answer to that.
But special mention to Helena and Yemen for their good commentary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was your most toxic?
God, it's a tie between Lucinda and Belle just because I'm like just so annoyed at both of them.
Okay.
What about you?
It's a tie between Lucinda and Scott.
Scott's a good contender.
I'm sorry, Scott being like, they're fighting about me. This has nothing to do with me. Like, shut the fuck up. And then like grilling Belle about if they can still be friends and like coming home, all of it. I am so over him. But also like given Lucinda at movie night and also Lucinda getting herself involved in this and specifically that chat that she pulled Belle for and the chat that she pulled Tammy for earlier that we discussed, cannot overlook her.
Agreed. What was your LOL moment?
I have 2. Yemen eating from his pot while all the girls screamed at each other in the makeup room. Also, Helena telling Harrison, no, you don't. No, you don't gravitate towards me. What was yours?
I've left the chat. It was the only thing that actually made me laugh out loud. I missed some of the finer details in my watch.
Fair.
That you picked up.
What was your error?
I think Belle not talking to Leanne earlier, just that whole sequence of events was pretty bad. What about you?
Lucinda calling Leanne Liel.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Also, Jack's really awkward conversation with Cher.
Oh, that is an error. I do agree with that. Yeah. What was your most shocking moment?
The second time that Scott pulled Belle to grill her about if they could still be friends.
That's a good answer.
What was yours?
I really didn't have one because nothing was that shocking to me.
We know who these people are.
Yeah. And I like know what to expect.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then finalists, I guess the same probably.
For me, I think that the finalists are still going to be Leanne and Scott, Millie and Zach, Kieran and Sammy, Whitney and Yemen. A part of me is concerned that the UK public will put Lucinda and Sean in the final over Whitney and Yemen.
I could see that happening, especially if Lucinda's getting a little bit more of a victim edit with Maya coming in.
I know, and people are like, from what I've seen, kind of taking her side. So major
Crazy.
bummer, but I guess time will tell. We'll find out. We will be here with you on Monday to talk about not the finale, but the semifinal of The Traitors.
I cannot wait. I'm always so excited for that.
In the meantime, get yourself a Diet Coke. Sponsor us.
It's all gone. I was going to drink from it, but
Here,
so delicious. It's all gone after 2 hours. Oh, we got a waterfall.
It's giving Scott and Belle at the heart rate challenge.
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk to you on Monday.
Okay. Talk then. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow us at She's Got the Chat on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, and YouTube. Rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. Please share us with a friend, an enemy, a coworker, a family member, a local politician. Bye.